What's up?
Hail, everybody. Darth Caul, I got to ask you, has that
Yes,
scene ever been used with you?
No,
It
that
has
was
been?
the first time I ever saw it, and it tickled me. That was amazing to see. That was cool. Like, oh,
Yes.
he's tight.
I was like,
That was
I got to
tight.
use a scene that he hasn't done before. We got to do it.
That was
Fantastic.
awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I've never seen that before. That was badass. And thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, man. Of course. We thank you for coming on. It seems that we have a full crew today, which is fantastic. I missed everybody last week. We're going to start off with intros because True Pop Culture has been busy over the past couple weeks. How you doing, True Pop?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Just gotten back from a long pilgrimage. I don't know why I call that a holiday on Twitter. It's a pilgrimage, It's a big difference. It's not really for resting. You sleep kind of on a mattress full of rocks and sand, and sometimes you have to travel from hotel to hotel. It was difficult, but satisfying.
How long was that?
About 10 days, So it's through France, then through Spain, and to Portugal, essentially. So
Wow.
you've got all these like religious sites, and it's just like sometimes it's like 8 hours on a coach. So yeah, that was fun. Well, I say fun, and I do have some special news for my show tomorrow. I am going to be doing a face reveal, purely because I'll essentially be at the Nerdrotic UK meetup, essentially. So in order for you guys to recognize me, I thought, hey, why not show my face? But
Nice.
for the
yeah.
50th stream, I have something special planned. I am doing a official hand reveal.
Oh, man.
Good choice. I have a hand. So you're welcome, guys. What did you enjoy? So that's all I'm going to reveal today.
That's also the origin story of Sploogey Spider-Man.
Yeah, we knew you had a hand.
For those asking for feet pics, how dare you?
It's Jizzy Spider-Man.
Is that remote hand or pants hand?
So yeah, stay tuned for the my show tomorrow. It's around the same time tomorrow, essentially, and I'll be having on the uninspired reviewer as a guest. So
hell yeah.
Keen to get on with that.
Awesome,
so,
man.
Again, thanks for having me on.
Glad you're back, man.
Yeah.
Welcome of course, back, man. Buddy. I'm really glad you're back. I almost said black.
Whoa. I was just going to say.
But appreciate you, man.
Wait,
You don't know yet.
Damn it.
Can we see the cans again?
Right. I did can a lot, but not that much in Spain. Jeez. And in Portugal.
Not even 5 minutes in and I can't talk. This is ridiculous. Devil made me do it, mate. How's your week been going?
Pretty good so far. Just working. That's pretty much it.
What we got on Get
right,
Ranked
mate.
this week, Devil?
Yeah, we got 70s rock bands. That's what we're ranking this week on.
I'm kicking myself over the cartoon characters that you did. Like, damn, I wish I could have been a part of that. Damn. I can't remember the exact.
Well, the female
I'd
one.
love to see it.
Yeah.
We were just I was having the most fun roasting Dermy in the comments.
Don't we all?
I need to see that list to see what you guys kind of taste have. So be the judge of that.
It was a very contentious one, man.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very conflicting views on the panel.
Okay. That's unacceptable.
Dermy spurged in the chat, obviously.
Why isn't Raven on there? Why isn't
Dermy
Raven?
wanted teenagers in the hot girl list.
I just got back from Sound of Freedom, and I could have sworn he was in it.
We've all established that. Yes, Dermy's in the Sound of Freedom.
When is that film coming out in the UK? Like, it's been long enough.
It's going to be on Twitter, I think. Elon Musk said he was going to host it, but
how was it, by the way? I haven't seen it yet.
I liked the movie, but goddamn, after it was not turning to my wife, and I was like, that I like that, but man, that was a hard watch. It's like a movie. It's like like it reminded me of the feeling when I walked out of Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah,
I've heard that stuff about.
Like, almost like, damn, I kind of wish I didn't watch that. Like,
no, it's like
it's good, even though it's
yeah,
good. But like,
yeah, it's like you're glad you watched it, but you're at this. It's weird. It's like
it hits you in the stomach pretty hard.
Yeah.
See, I'm the type of guy who like watches Prestige and like greatest movie ever. Probably not gonna watch it again because it's so damn depressing. But yeah, great film. So it's probably gonna be something like that. I'm guessing. No. Do you guys know The Prestige?
Oh yeah,
the Prestige from Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's super cool.
Yeah. It's considered to be Nolan's best. I'm not sure about.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Would you guys rank it as your favorite Nolan film, or if not, what would be your favorite?
I think it's the best, his best film, but I don't think it's my favorite.
I think it's his most rewatchable movie outside of the Batman trilogy.
Yeah,
probably.
I would
go.
go
I was
Batman
going to say
Begins
like Dark Knight
or Dark Knight. Yeah. One of those two. It's hard for me to really pick between the first two, honestly.
I think Dark Knight's his best movie, but Prestige is probably like
interesting. How has Inception aged? I don't know about that. I haven't watched that in a long time.
not well.
Not well? What? Really?
If you watch it again, it's like watching The Sixth Sense. You know?
Yeah, the surprise is out type thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool soundtrack though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is a banger of a soundtrack for sure. I like the CGI that they used in it too. If you watch like VFX reacts, they do a couple of breakdowns of it, and it's incredible. Fantastic story. I'm not sure if the rewatchability of it is great, but it's all you need to do is see it once and enjoy it. Kenzo, mate, what you been up to?
I've just been having a nice, quiet week at home with the family, mate. Got the children are all off on summer holidays, so we've been trying to keep them busy. And we actually had our first couple of days during of the summer where it got above 86 degrees.
What?
Yeah, for real, man. It's been like miserable here for the whole summer. And it's telling us that, obviously they were going into this era of global boiling. Yeah, it's been raining here nonstop. But then that's what you get for living in Britain, I guess.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of rain out there for sure.
For sure.
Actually, Kenzo, I burnt my shoulders to a crisp in Portugal. It's just crazy. Like it was a good 45 degrees.
You went to
If they're
Portugal and got
they're
a
still sore
sunburn.
and you make it to the meetup, I'll moisturize them.
All right. Here's the thing about British people. All right, this happens to only British.
All us British people, me and you. Yeah.
No. British people go red as a tomato in the
That's
sun.
like me. I have the British blood, so dude,
So
I
does
coat
he.
myself in like the highest sunblock, hat, shades. Like I cook.
Man, bro, I get sunburnt on a full moon.
Guys, right?
I'm ginger as
I don't have them
shit,
British genes. I have Polish genes, right? I am fully 100% Polish. And I catch the sun easily, I tan easily, essentially.
Polish
people
jeans, you mean like counterfeit,
people
like Levi's
taking
or
me for
something?
Portuguese from the way I looked, essentially. That's how I catch the sun. So
Okay.
real
a
quick.
British person
British
wouldn't
chap.
be able to do that.
This is how British people go to the beach for every day.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
One of the greatest scenes of TV ever.
Rowan Atkinson's a legend, man.
Kenzo, you got any projects coming out soon?
No, like I said, I've got the whole tribes around, man, so I haven't got much time to dedicate to work at the moment. But
Cool,
There'll
man.
be-
Cool. Well, we're
yeah,
looking forward to it. You've been putting out some cool stuff though. Like even if you're not, putting out content, you're still like putting out.
I have a
pretty
couple
good
of little
memes.
projects. I have a couple of little projects like that I do need to get on. Yeah, so watch this space, y'all.
CJP, man, how's your week going?
It's been uneventful. I was off the week before. I'd actually went down to Houston to visit my sister, and of course I'd go down on the week where it dipped down below 100 for one day the entire week. It was brutally hot. But no, and then I tried having a stream Thursday night, and that went all to shit. It went horrible. It was like 100. It was like a minute, like 30, and then everything just went crazy.
Wow.
But this next week, I'm going to have 32 flavors of Nick Weiser on, and we're going to talk some classic metal.
Nice.
And then after that, so the week after that, I've got ETEP on. We're going to talk about John Carpenter as a musician, not as a director.
Hmm.
And then
He played music?
yeah,
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know.
done the soundtracks for a lot of his.
Oh,
yeah, he did the soundtrack for pretty much every film he made himself.
Wow.
Which
Legit.
also includes the horrible music video for the Big Trouble in Little China theme song.
Yeah.
That music video is atrociously bad, even by 80s standards. It's bad.
Now I kind of want to watch it.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember it.
It's great to watch for the cheese, but it's a bad video.
And CJP is going to be on tomorrow on
Yes.
Get Ranked.
And I think that we got Flawed rescheduled for the week after ETAP.
Nice.
Nice.
Do it.
Extra Zero, you had a busy week this week. Tell us what you got going on, mate.
I did. So yeah, last weekend I apologize for not making it. I had some family stuff going on, but all was well. And yeah, this was kind of a bittersweet week. Longtime colleague, friend, guy I consider to be my mentor passed away, so it was difficult for me to process. But I'm hanging in there. I'm doing okay. Yeah, a lot of people have been supportive, and it's just fact of life. But you know, I had a good day yesterday. I got to Side Scroller started their call in, and so I got to I was like, yeah, I'm still at lunch. I'll call in. I'll hang out. So I got to hang out on the show for a bit. Talk to Melanie Mack. We got to talk about the carnivore diet. It was a pretty cool discussion. So that's up on their YouTube and their Rumble. So check that out. And then of course I'll be on Get Ranked with Devil tomorrow night. We got a bunch of awesome folks lined up for that 70s rock discussion. So that should be interesting. And I'm curious if Dermy's even going to have a response video for that. And
he's busy.
Yeah.
Are you on a carnivore diet?
Yeah. Yes. Yesterday was the 2-week anniversary of me starting it. So
how's it been going?
The first week was brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. You feel like you're basically in a flu-like state, and you get spikes of energy and then just severe crashes. And now I feel great. Like week 2, I've been feeling awesome. So
what generally are you eating, like on a day-to-day basis on the carnivore?
So I keep it varied. I try to do a lot of steak and fatty steaks like ribeyes and strips, a lot of eggs. Doing OMADs. I'm doing 1 meal a day. I'm just eating until I'm full. And I still take supplements and vitamins. So, I take a multivitamin, vitamin C, potassium. I've been drinking electrolytes, doing smart water. I allow coffee, tea, and some dairy. So I'll do milk in my eggs, and I'll do like a yogurt if I feel like I'm like having like a crash. And just also for the probiotics, I'm doing a keto yogurt and gelatin. So keeping it very basic and mostly just cutting out sugars, like no
That's
sugar.
key. Cutting out sugars is key for sure.
Yeah.
Unless it's like fruit or like honey. But like I gotta ask, because I love making eggs. How do you make your eggs, and how are you seasoning those bad boys?
Oh, so it's I do mostly scrambled eggs, and I do a method similar to like the Gordon Ramsay method. So like they're very runny. Like take them on and off.
Just a small knob of butter, and he cuts like half
yeah.
the fucking shit in. I love that.
Yeah.
That was a perfect British accent.
Pat of butter. Splash of milk. I'll put cayenne in there every now and then, but I like to put hot sauce on my eggs. I have the scorpion pepper sauce.
Oh yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Can you still eat fruit?
No.
No.
Some people do, but I'm not having any fruit or vegetables outside of like the little trace that's in the yogurt that I eat.
And I know you said you're doing dairy, so I gotta ask: when you're making your steak, are you preparing it with butter, or are you going like olive oil? Okay.
Butter. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. I love to make a compound butter. So that's like, and charcoal for my steaks. That's the way to do it.
See,
Are
extra
you putting
zero. I'm
time
not.
in there? Are you putting time?
No, I'm typically not doing thyme. I'm typically doing salt, pepper, garlic
Nice.
when I season them.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I learned so much from watching Guga Foods over the past 7, 8 years, however long.
Damn, that dude, I would marry him just so I could eat his steaks.
No homo though.
I would be a
Well,
good little wifey to eat those steaks every day.
I have his entire arsenal saved for the fact I don't have the same food sealer he has yet. But I even have the SUV gun, the one that the flamethrower he uses.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's Dermy gave you a carnivore friendly back taco recipe to eat.
See, Extra Zero. I'm not hearing any Rocky Balboa style egg milkshakes. Just drinking eggs.
I can't do raw eggs or organ meat. Like I don't.
That's
mind.
good
Yeah.
because you know why you shouldn't do it. You'll get salmonella. Like literally, it's just
not
stupid.
if you get farm fresh eggs.
They're good eggs, man.
Yeah, if you get farm fresh eggs, you don't have any risk of getting it.
Because it's still the best way to like taste it, though. You know, goopy snot.
It's
I tell
not
you,
good.
one of the
The
best
fight
things
milk.
you can do if you get farm fresh eggs, you can make a simple Japanese breakfast. If you have like a rice steamer, and I can't do rice right now, but just take some white rice, steam it, break 2 eggs into the rice, and just mix it in. It'll
When
cook
did this
itself.
when did this become a cooking show?
Dude, I love cooking, man.
Just
Hell yeah.
I went on a diet and became perpetually hungry.
You should see my spice cabinet, man. No,
So what have
like
you noticed
cooking
about
is-
the change? Because you've said you've been doing it for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
What are the changes you've noticed in your body, or like how you feel, or you just
Shedding
like?
water weight. I shed about 10 pounds of water weight so far. I feel super energetic. I'm waking up naturally before my alarm. And I just don't feel lethargic at all. And that's been great. Like I just have been able to, like this past week, I've been able to go to the gym, get in, get out. I don't feel like I'm dragging at work. I've got more mental clarity, and that surprised me because I thought that would come in time. But I just don't feel like I have any brain fog. And again, I'm 38, I'm almost 40. So, you know, stuff like that happens. But I think also too, a lot of it is just, I was drinking a shit ton of soda, and getting rid of that probably helped immensely.
Oh God, yeah. I just saw. I mean, I already heard this before, but I had seen yesterday on Twitter that Post Malone had dropped like 60 pounds cutting out sugar, and I had talked to Flawed about that before. Like, if you just cut sugar and like soda specifically out of your diet, if it is in your diet and it stays out, you'll see a huge difference just off of that one choice. You know?
The one thing too, you know, before we move on, I was drinking diet sodas. I was drinking aspartame.
That's even worse.
Right.
Like, they've got fake sugar in them, you know?
Right.
So,
Pepsi Max, man, it's bad
And
for you.
I did it mostly because I like, for whatever reason, like high fructose corn syrup caused me to break out. So, and I just like the taste of like the zero sodas, but they're bad for you. You will shed weight. Like you will shed weight if you quit those. So don't think that like they are actually a diet for you.
the irony that it's diet, you know?
I don't
shed
eat
weight.
to shed no weight, man.
Yeah.
Be fair.
Yeah, it's true, man. Diet Coke, like if I had to pick, and I try to avoid both, you can have something every once in a while, but I would definitely just rather take the hit from the actual calories and sugar of real cane sugar than drinking the diet soda. Yeah.
Now I'm just doing like the little natural flavored water. If I need something fizzy, these things.
Dude, those are great. And then like you put like if you get like the lemon flavored one and it's like without any of the additives, and then you put some lemon juice in there, it's fucking shit.
Yeah.
I just love how people treat diet sodas. It's all like they'll go to a fast food place. Can I get 6 burgers, 4 large fries, 5 of the apple pies, and a Diet Coke?
I'm keeping healthy.
We had these 2 ladies that would come in, and they were like deep in the 3 in poundage. And they would always order a giant, for each of them, a giant tub of popcorn, buttered all the way through. And then
Damn.
Gordon Ramsay approach to movie
Yeah, they
popcorn.
didn't even have butter at us. No, we don't do that here.
No,
it's just that artificial, butter flavoring that they were liposectioning out of Roger.
Yeah, oil that's flavored like butter.
The thing is, like with the Cokes, right? I'm buying something unhealthy that I enjoy. Why would I buy a healthier quote unquote option? Like if I'm gonna go for something unhealthy, I'm gonna go for that, you know.
Yeah, you don't want diet ice cream. I want ice cream.
I want ice cream. Exactly.
So we have a special guest here, Darth Caul. Thank you for coming on. Do you want to let the people know who you are, what you do, and where the people can find you? they
Sure,
don't know
yeah.
you already. I
I'm
assume
Darth
everybody
Caul.
knows Darth Caul.
I'm a streamer on Twitch. I got partnered being Darth Maul as Darth Maul in Battlefront 2, and I also did a bunch of interview videos, which you can check out on my YouTube. So like I go to cons, like for instance, at this last San Diego Comic Con that I was just at, which was the first one I'd been at in like 4 years because I wasn't really allowed to participate otherwise the years before that, and you guys know why that is. Everyone does. But I would do interviews like at this last one. I asked a bunch of people about what they think about the state of Star Wars. So when I was Maul, because I went as Maul on Saturday and I went as Jack on Friday. And on Friday, I asked random people, what do you think about Hollywood? What do you think about cancel culture? What do you think about how Johnny Depp was treated? Do you think you should go back to the franchise? Like Johnny Depp, Hollywood centralized questions. And then for Maul, it was more just like, hey, what do you think about the current state of the IP? What do you think about these movies that have come out? Blah, 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 blah. So that's about it. You can follow me on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and I just actually made a Kick account, and I'm going to be experimenting with streaming on Kick. So if you want to follow me on there, that'd be sweet. And thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. Cheers.
Yeah, glad to see you, man. Before we got started, you told us you were on the front page of Star Wars Reddit. So
I was.
Boom,
Yes.
there you are, right there.
There it is.
Oh.
Her face lit up like I was Minnie Mouse when she saw me. It was pretty funny.
Little mini Maul.
I love that
Mini
picture.
Maul, yeah. Or Small Maul. Someone said Darth Small.
Small Maul. I like that.
Small.
You have
Find a hot chick to wear that makeup and then just put her in a skimpy outfit, and she could be strip mall.
That's actually some pretty resistant makeup to sweating. Actually, it's called Pro Air. So if you ever want to like wear makeup that you can practically jump in the pool and you'll still be fine, you get Pro Air with 2 eyes. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
damn.
Because you're going to be sweating.
I didn't
You're going to be
know.
sweating, especially if you have like the full. Like,
I remember like
awesome.
in the 80s when the Ultimate Warrior would get to the end of his match and
completely
all the
destroyed. Yeah, which looked cool. It was badass.
I gotta ask, did you have like Robo spider legs, or did you go with like the normal legs?
So I was gonna go because I had ordered this costume from China, and it was not the costume that was advertised, but it was gonna be the meme that you guys showed of me grabbing the lightsaber from Crimson Dawn Maul, because I have like his necklace, and I was like, okay, maybe we'll do like a cool newer version of Maul, but that turned out to be an absolute waste of money. It was garbage. It wasn't what it was. So I had the backup outfit, which was like classic Phantom Menace, and my community even 3D printed his bracelet from the movie, so that was cool. But it was Phantom Menace Maul, yeah. No robot legs.
Nice. Very good, very good.
Hard to do that though, even if I wanted to. Like
God, I love Darth Maul. I wish we got like kind of like a prequel series. I know I've read some comics of his, but I'm not gonna wish for that with the current leadership of Star Wars. So.
I totally understand where you're coming from. Like, I agree, he should be given a lot of stuff. I'm kind of happy he's not, because I don't want to see my boy get butchered. But if they ever did do one, back in the day, they had a Dark Horse comic from 2000.
Yeah.
And it kind of chronicles him like training under Emperor Palpatine, and then he goes and infiltrates the Black Sun, which is a crime syndicate. And then right when that comic ends, there's a book called Shadowhunter, and that leads right up to the Phantom Menace. So like all three connect. And Sam Witwer, who voices Maul in the Clone Wars, just did an audio reading, an audible of the Shadowhunter book, and it's so badass because he nails Maul, he nails Emperor, he nails Nemoidians. Like any character he plays, he sounds amazing. So I highly recommend that, even if we never get a show. That's the closest you'll get. But it would be cool if they did a show and used him. Yeah.
That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah, Shadowhunter. It's badass.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I remember those comics when they came out. That was like after. Was it after Phantom Menace?
It was right after, because the Phantom Menace came out in 1999, and then the Dark Horse comics came out in 2000. And when I first went to Comic-Con, because my buddy helped me get a ticket, and like I had like a 1% chance of getting the ticket, and then I got it. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, well, let's do something like challenging. And so I did the costume from that comic, which was the Dark Horse look.
Nice.
Yeah, that took 6.5
Yeah,
hours.
I remember going to
was
a
crazy.
comic shop saying that. Damn! How do you have the patience for that? That would drive me mad.
My legs went numb, but once I got the ticket, I was like, I want to do this, and we'll just do our best, and either it'll suck or it'll be cool. But no matter what, like, this is the mission, and let's go get the mission. So I was basically standing there in the hotel being painted by this makeup artist for 6.5 hours. It was crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, you probably heard, Darth Caul, that apparently Darth Maul and his sister were meant to be the original villain for the sequel trilogy. What are your thoughts on
Talon,
that?
right? I don't think it's his sister,
Yeah.
but Darth Talon. George Lucas wanted Maul and Talon to be the central part of the sequel trilogy, which would have been so badass, by the way, and would have sold like hotcakes because everyone loves Darth Maul. Everyone loves Darth Talon. She's super hot. There was like 2 or 3, by the way, Darth Talons at Comic-Con this year, and I didn't get to interview them because I was Jack on the first day, and that's when I found them. But they were amazing. They're very popular. So big mistake, I would say, on Lucasfilm not listening to the guy that invented Star Wars on what he thinks you should do. But whatever.
It's Star Wars, it'll sell like hotcakes, and you will have these Knights of Ren. They're cool. Oh, we'll never mention them again.
Well, they did, but then they were.
And they show up for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Random. Speaking of Kylo, I went to, because I've been all over SoCal the last couple of weeks, and my brother took me to Disney. And so I actually went and saw the Galaxy's Edge stuff. Like, I went to the bar, I ordered drinks, I went on the rides. The Falcon was pretty cool. The sequel content, obviously, I was not a fan of, but there was some cool shit. The bar was definitely tight. That was cool. Yeah.
That is awesome. I've always wanted. I did cosplay once, and it was the question. I'm not sure if you know the question from DC. Basically, he doesn't have a face, so I had to get like a I don't know, like a weird Japanese just white stocking face and just a hat
Morph
and a
suit.
trench coat. Yeah, just a morph suit kind of thing. I can't imagine the patience it takes to get painted for that long. I would not I would not be good with that. I'm too hyperactive for that kind of stuff.
It could be pretty tedious for sure.
I mean, if it's totally worth it. I mean, look at the kid's face when she saw you. I mean,
she was stoked.
What-
Mom was like, "Can you please take a photo? Oh my god!" And she was really happy to see me. Yeah, that was cool.
like, what better feeling is there between just walking around enjoying what you do and then see somebody else enjoying the same thing? I love that vibe, man. That's
It's
great.
amazing when fans go.
She
to
kept
that
hitting me in the head with her lightsaber over and over, not on purpose. She was rocking me pretty good.
So I am Superman. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers. I am on the midweek hump this show, and I have a whole bunch of work to do for side scrollers because I was editing for them, which is great. Thank you again for the shout out, Extra Zero, during the show yesterday. I sent it to my mom and made her very happy. So so that's great. I do have a few things in the pipeline that I'm not ready to share, but I just want you to know I'm working hard, making sure everybody gets their money's worth from being a member. We're going to be doing some streams. There is a poll in the chat right now, so if you want to learn anything, click on what you want to learn in the poll so I have a better idea of the material to prepare, and we're going to get you all started with video editing, memeing. Memeing is just one thing that we do, and you can actually apply it to everything. So hopefully the skills that we have you'll be able to take and push off into other avenues with it. So I appreciate you guys voting, and thank you for the members of the channel, because y'all are keeping the channel going. So I appreciate you. Let's give a huge shout out to chat. I think this is the longest intro we have had. So,
nice.
Extra Zero, can you start bringing up some of the chat members, and we'll give them a shout out?
We'll start off with someone that Caul knows very well.
Memestream says, "Oh, your boy needs help learning shit. I'm using Clipchamp and fucking GIMP. So try CapCut and try Pinata Farms. That might help you out a little bit."
Metastep also comes in and say, "I saw Caul was going to be on. I couldn't miss it."
What up, Meta? How you doing, brother?
What up, Meta?
We got the very talented Jonathan Davis giving us a Legion of Memers hail all.
And he threw that little emoji that I put in there. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up on StreamYards, but I did see it on YouTube. That is awesome. I appreciate that. That's so cool. Just seeing that is amazing. We also had Skirmitar pop in as well, telling us we were almost late yesterday.
Counting down the seconds.
We got D-Day McLean, hail the Legion, hail to the chat. DJ McLean reached out to me, and he's working on some things, and we were able to help him out. So nice logo, man. And I've been seeing you use it on your memes. You're not making it too big, and you're not making it too small. You're putting it in the corner, and I love seeing it, man. Some great stuff, mate. What's your first thought? Says hello, everyone. Hail to you, mate. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate everybody here, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. Jonathan Davis, True Pop finally discovered the secret to KY jelly.
Just because I didn't know what it is, okay? Jeez.
Still a mystery.
Melee Games says howdy Melee Games. Thanks for hopping in. We got Nix. We need proof that his hand is real. Show us the body it's connected to. I'm assuming he's talking about True
He
Pop.
no longer has the body.
I thought he was just doing like Muppets nude.
It was an animatronic hand. That's what it was.
He's like the Thing from the Addams Family, but
I might be
the AI is taking over the Legion of Memers jobs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nick says British people are like mushrooms, thrive in rain, but give them a bit of sun and they'll melt.
This is true. I've seen many British people on the couch who are just turning red, essentially. And I was
Did y'all
like,
see those?
I can catch the sun easily. Screw you guys.
Did you guys get it on the US news about the mushroom poisonings in Australia?
no.
Oh,
Yes.
What?
We did. Yeah.
what's that about?
Well, a lady served a beef Wellington dish. You guys know what that is, right?
Yeah.
That has 4 people ate it, including her. Well, and she ate it. Out of the 4 people, 3 of them are dead, and one of them is fighting for their life.
Jesus.
They've said that it's amatoxin poisoning. The most common mushroom that has that is Amanita phalloides, which is the death cap mushroom. And they wouldn't get mistaken for store-bought mushrooms. Even if you're buying wild mushrooms from a store, like they tend to be grown in a different medium to these ones. Like specifically, death caps have a symbiotic relationship with trees, so you can't grow them without, So it seems suspicious. They have actually, the forensics have found a mushroom dehydrator in the local garbage dump that they're now testing to see if it has her DNA on it and if it has remnants or spores of the death cap. But it's very suspicious.
Every poll is going to tell you to
sounds
be
scary.
bloody careful with mushrooms in the forest and berries and whatnot.
That's
Doesn't
why
matter
I don't eat
where
any
you
mushrooms.
Polish grandmas know their shit though. Like,
Exactly.
True.
Melee Games says John Carpenter is amazing. We talked about it being the best director of all time on our stream last night.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Melee Games. They're going to be the guest on. So both James and Kay are going to be the guests on Side Scrollers on Monday. So.
Nice. Well, I'll see you. I'll watch the show and I'll edit with you in there. So I'll see you twice. Yumi in the movie says, missed you last week. Extra Zero. Hope all is well. Thank you again to Yumi in the movies for coming on last week. I know we had a little bit of a short show because tornadoes. But I really do appreciate it. They were really fun to hang out with. And we saw them on Side Scroller this week as well. Yeah, I do want to get them back for like a proper full show when everybody's here and available. We'll definitely reach out to them when we do our yearly stream in about 2 weeks. So if you guys are watching this on the after stream, make sure to hit the notification bell for the videos, and you'll get notifications on that because Extra Zero and myself have been working really hard to get this thing going. So we would appreciate you showing up, dropping a hail, dropping a like, and thank you guys for sticking around for the whole year. Time flies. Oakley Vandal says, hail, folks. Hail to you, mate. Appreciate you coming in. We got Static 2020 hopping in saying hail. Metastep says, just got a 35-pack of Coke Zero. You can lose weight 2 ways. No sugar and cancer.
This was about Darth Small, but it's just a funny
Darth Small.
Oh yeah, Darth Maul is very adorable and hilarious.
For sure.
There you go. Darth.
Yep.
I like the spelling of it too. That was smart. Nick says 30-minute intro, rookie numbers, much to learn to reach FNT numbers. Listen, if we ever reach FNT numbers, then we will have hour-long intros. I'm totally fine with that. And hold on 1 second. We got we got some gifted subs from Jonathan Davis. We
Thank
got
you,
Horny
Jonathan.
Alf, What's Your First Start, Dark Ray, Kenzo UK, and Hayden75 all got those. Thank you, Jonathan Davis. I really appreciate
Thank
you.
you,
That
dude.
is awesome. I think the last
Thank
time
you,
we had the
Jonathan.
gifted subs, it wasn't working. So yeah, that's incredible, man. Thank you so much, mate. That's extremely generous of you, dude. Yeah, and if we ever get FNT numbers, we'll go for like 5-6 hours every show.
The real concern is if we have a Flashcast style show intro.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey man, if it's good, take as long as you need. John Connor says, "Go ahead."
I'm pretty sure like Commie Mark has like a 10-minute intro with like all the clips and stuff like that. So some people do have, like,
just give everybody time
Yeah.
to get in, just in case they're late. Oh, we got John Connors hopping in. Says thanks to Chef Ramsay. Excuse me. The whole world knows what beef Wellington is.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't read.
All the way through. Yep, it's stupid.
What to call you, stuttering soups?
Thanks
Yes.
to No Green Rocks, the whole world knows what schmata is.
Yes.
Szmata means rag in Polish.
Yeah, it is a rag.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds
exactly
similar.
what-
I thought
Well,
you
yeah, because it's a European like Israeli word.
Interesting.
It's shmata. There you go.
Okay.
what's the schmat of you?
And are those all the chats that were?
That's all we
in there?
got so far. We'll be highlighting more throughout the course of the show. Though we did have Horny Alf pop in and thank Jonathan for the membership. So.
Awesome sauce. Now, I wanted to start the show off with
40 minutes.
Nerdrotic sent us a tweet, and he specifically asked it to be memes. So, X0, if you can bring that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me make sure.
I don't know if I saw this.
So this is the one from Scott McKenzie, correct? So let me go ahead and we'll get this pulled up here.
Yeah, it's that one.
All right, awesome. Edition, there we go. All right, so
go back to the four of them.
It's smoking guy.
Can you make it bigger by any chance? Like,
they're all individual pictures. So
okay. So Nerdrotic is requesting, I think, for this one to meme the crap out of it specifically.
Wait. Doesn't Camelot look like the Giga Chad meme?
Yes,
yeah.
it does. So, if any of y'all are memers, test out your meme skills. Put Camelot's head on Giga Chad and make sure to tag him in the Legion.
That just looks like the what's his name? He was on the side scroller guest, Alex Stein. Yeah, when he does his like little speeches to like the council of like governments and stuff. I don't know
Which
what
are
they're called.
hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that kind of panel, like they're hearing like people's thoughts, and they're just like Gary's just like, I don't know about this guy, guys, this is what am I doing here? And Nick Cage is just there, just like dreaming about, I don't know,
And
blueberries.
if you have a problem with us showing pornography to children, then that's just your problem.
I look at Chrissy, they're just like, yeah, that's gonna be a no from me.
And we had a special guest appearance from the Smoking Man. There are a whole bunch of pictures there. Go have fun with it. The Smoking Man made his debut
Doing the pose
in the last meetup. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He looks like what Devil sounds like every intro to the scene. Very tired.
He's got resting meme face.
That's that Cali.
my big question is, does this guy have contact info out yet?
Yeah, he has a Twitter. You can definitely check that out. I don't have it ready and available right now. But if you go to the Nerdrotic tweet where he has those 4 pictures, And there's a couple more in the thread as well. So I just wanted to bring this up. So if you guys want to meme it, I'll bring it up in a little bit further into the show, and we'll all laugh and have Neurotic get a kick out of it. Now, there's also one thing. Can you bring up the thing we had for Dermy?
When you see the thing we have for Dermy in the notes.
Yeah, in the notes. So a lot of people actually were able to go to Anime Matsuri, and the coolest thing is that y'all are taking pictures with the Legion card, and you're getting videos, and that honestly, I cannot tell you how amazing that is. I'm sitting there in basically like out of body experience. I have no idea what the hell is going on, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So big shout out to Jeremy for handing out these Legion of Memers cards. He gave one to Camelot. Look at that.
Where was this again? Is this
Look at that face? Anime Matsuri
down in Houston.
Oh, down in Houston. Okay. Cool.
And he gave one to Lila Hart and Chrissy Mayer. Chrissy Mayer took some interesting pictures with it, which was I love this one. Look at that smile. Honestly, it's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lila and Camelot. Look what Chrissy did. We have our new cover girl. That's it.
Quick, get the anti-honey dog meme.
So I just wanted to give a special shout out to him as well. Also, a Serious Man is out there as well. So if you go check out the Twitter, you can see all the pictures and everything like that. I can't tell you how amazing it is to see that. It's just I'm blown away by that.
Now, real quick, just so because he's got some cool shots I think are worth sharing. Speaking of Friday Night Tights, so there's a Serious Man.
Look at that. That is a good smile. I love seeing that. So we got Mel, Nerdrotic, and we got Mel, Gary, and a Serious Man. There you go. Look at that. I love seeing these pictures. If you're ever at any of these meetups, just take pictures, guys. It makes all of us who can't make it just feel great just by seeing it. So I did want to give also a shout out to Az. Az has opened something up called Cameo. Have you guys heard of this before?
No.
Back when they said word up, I do remember that.
No, yeah, they'll do personal messages for you.
You can get Snoop Dogg and people to do messages.
Yeah, you can get celebrities to kind of give you like personalized messages.
Yeah.
And Az is now like what in the top 20?
Oh, damn.
So yeah, here's his tweet where he links his Cameo. Let's go ahead and we'll click on that to pull that up here.
And I have something in store for you guys. Az is fantastic, but I warn you, if you ask Az to roast you, you will get eviscerated. Just a heads up, you get absolutely annihilated, but you'll laugh your ass off. So
you're on the internet, so you better build thick skin, Yeah,
exactly. So big shout out and thank you to Az for that. It's awesome that. Immediately once he would I mean, look at that, dude.
Well, visit his Cameo for some meme content, memers.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to share that with everybody because I thought it was absolutely amazing. Now there's actually something I wanted to talk about, which I thought was incredible. Extra Zero, the next one for the Gary VFX.
Yeah, let me go ahead and we'll get that up here. You mean gaming VFX?
Yeah, that one.
I was like, wait a minute, was there something with Nerdrotic there? Because you said Gary.
So I want to give a huge shout out to the community because there are so many creative people in this community, and you have no idea until I put it out. Look at this. Can you make that full screen?
Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty accurate.
That is.
Damn. What game is that?
This is Fortnite.
Oh,
And
Fortnite.
in true nerdrotic fashion, he cannot enter through a door.
So it's completely accurate.
Sounds accurate.
And so if you can minimize that and show who made that, Corey made that, and we're going to be in talks to kind of get a little learning stream going where he'll show you a tutorial about how to make Fortnite skins and things like that for people. So I can't wait to see what comes out in the future, because it'd be pretty cool to see Darth Caul on one of these characters. At least that's what I think. I don't know.
I'm going to admit something on the internet right now. I spent money on Fortnite only because I wanted the Darth Maul skin, and I got it. So I have Darth Maul on Fortnite just because.
I think Fortnite is getting like too much slack a little bit. Like I think it's okay now, especially with the no build mode. It's definitely better than a lot of battle royales and multiplayers. Like
that's what I've heard, honestly. Yeah. And it's cool. I didn't know that you could customize faces that much. That's pretty badass. Like,
well, this learning session is gonna be able to help you do that. So, like, if I don't know, for example, I'll probably use some people on Friday Night Tights. I'll definitely throw Adam in there at some point once I actually get really good at it, because Adam's awesome. So I can't wait.
If I learn, the first thing I'm going to do is do the crazy Krigler face.
Yeah, with the hair and everything. Yeah. That's gonna be so good. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited to see what people do with it. I love the creativity popping out of this space, and it's just it blows my mind to see one that we're inspiring people. Like even if we can't do what he's doing, he's willing to share the knowledge with other people, which is basically what the Legion is. We love sharing how to make things and how to make knowledge. Some of you have reached out to some of us in DMs, and we've helped you out. Some of us have become members of the channel, so you're getting like exclusive content. And some of you have even reached out to me on Discord, the members, and I've helped you out as well. So like keep working at it and keep doing things that make you laugh and smile, because more than likely than not, it also makes the community laugh and smile as well. So I love saying it.
A lot of collaboration and creativity. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love it because I think it's a great way for more talent to grow.
Hell yeah. And you got to send me a clip of me force grabbing the lightsaber as Crimson Dawn.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty cool.
I can do it in like 2 seconds, not a problem. I made it specifically on my, because I do a lot of the stuff on my phone, and then like I'll put it on the computer, so I have that whole thing ready. Do you want it with your name on there or without?
I just to see it, like the short clip would be dope on Twitter. How do you even get people's faces on video? Like I'm not very savvy at that stuff. So
you have to create an asset, which means you have to create kind of like a PNG background, so it's like a clear background, and then you keyframe it. But some people don't understand that you can zoom in and zoom out of the video, and then move the face, like the face that you want on top of the face that's already there.
Is this Photoshop or is it?
No, it's CapCut. There's a video. If you guys want to learn, there's also a video on the Legion channel already that I put out there, and Extra Zero already made a thumbnail for the show that I'm going to be making. I want to say next week, but I might have a little bit too much work on my hands, but I'm trying to make sure that the members get what their money's worth. So hopefully I'll have something for that. But with Corey, we'll be recording this session and learning how to do that. So if you guys ever want to learn anything, just at the Legion or at myself, and I'll put on a list of things and we'll do that. I think assets on the poll that we had were the most requested. I'm not sure how it is now, but either way, I'll help you out. It takes 2 seconds.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you.
I learned CapCut
not that difficult.
A day and a half, I think. It's very
good. You can learn these things very quickly, but to become good at it, you need to just keep crafting your skill. And some things will hit, some things don't. And just remember, not everything will hit. Some people will get upset, some people will mute you. But keep on doing it if it's something you love and you enjoy. It all comes from a place of, fan love for the people that we, watch and create for.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to be universally loved. There's always going to be people that despise you, no matter who you are. So,
Yes, sadly.
Not me.
Extra Zero, can you drop a link to that video for Nick's in the chat? The meme one.
Yeah, I'll get that pulled
Appreciate it.
up. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if you guys ever want to learn anything, we're always trying to get better, and the more funds the Legion gets, the more we can branch out. So like, different Legion members need different programs, and they'll make tutorials for their programs, and I kind of want to make this like a learning space for everything as well. So there was some topics that we wanted to get to. It's about halfway in the show. Extra Zero, I think we should put the memes kind of at the end of the show, give people some time to do that. Now, can you bring up the one that was after Gary? The
VFX one, or the augmented reality one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I thought this was really cool. Check this out. It's augmented reality that you can like manipulate in. Oh wow!
Damn,
He's
that's
leaving
crazy.
his balls all over the place. That's just a lot of balls.
Hold on 1 second. I apologize for interrupting, but Wookie Be Bad just gifted 10 memberships.
Wookie.
That is insane, dude. Thank you so much.
Nice Wookie.
Absolute king. But that wow, hold on 1 second. I got my brain back into the rhythm of things. But I was sitting here. I was actually sitting here thinking to myself, what if you could make memes with this kind, or make video edits with this kind of augmented reality, like Minority Report kind of style, except I feel like this is a lot cleaner than Minority Report a little bit.
Well, the first thing I'd do is I'd get a giant inflatable hot dog for my pool, and then I'd create a CG model of Flog.
So I absolutely love this tech.
Yeah, there's
That's
lots
crazy,
of,
man. It's next level.
Yeah, there's lots of filters that you can use that have augmented reality, but none of them are customizable yet that I've seen.
This actually isn't all that too far off from consumer grade, and this probably is a consumer grade thing. I have PlayStation VR 2, and when it scans your room, like wherever you're playing in, and it can basically just kind of detect where things should be. So I can see this probably being something that's implemented in the next Oculus, probably the Oculus 3, which has, both of those headsets, the VR2 and the Oculus 2, have front camera arrays. So I can see them kind of going in and doing what, and I think this is probably similar to what Apple wants to do with their AR headset that's going to crash and burn. Not that I love Meta or anything, but I think what Meta's doing in the VR headset space is actually pretty good, and it's like ready for consumers, and it's affordable. So
is the VR2 for PlayStation the latest and greatest for PlayStation?
Yeah, it's the one for PS5.
Ooh, what game is best for it? Where it works the best?
So there's a few games that are killer apps. Like even if you're not a big racing fan, Gran Turismo 7 is it's mind blowing.
Cool.
What they do with HDR in that game, like if you're looking at if you're coming out of a tunnel and you see the sun, like you actually have to squint your eyes. They make it very bright. It's also, you got haptics in the headset, so if you hit a wall, you're gonna feel like your head getting slammed, not like you're getting hurt or anything.
You feel like a vibration, kind of like the Rumble Pack for the N64,
but I get a little bit of motion sickness on some of the games on Oculus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of Gran Turismo, have you guys heard about the new movie that's come out?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
I
saw
about
posters for it in LA.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, Critical Drinker just reviewed it and he said it's great, so I'm considering watching it.
Oh yeah.
The other two games I'd consider killer apps for it are Resident Evil 8 which is a free upgrade if you already own it. The whole experience in VR.
Sounds terrifying, honestly.
It is, and reloading is crazy. It's like if you've ever played Half-Life Alyx, you actually have to eject your magazine for your gun and reload it and then cock the pistol. It's crazy. Same with the shotgun. You have to reach into your belt and load individual shells.
Wow.
But you can also dual wield. You can do crazy shit. But yeah, it's the full complete campaign, and it is very bizarre being in that environment. And then lastly, there's a game called Synapse that is a first-person game with telekinesis, and you use your eyes to control what you're holding telepathically. It is insane.
That sounds like something you really have to get used to, because some of us can't look in the same place.
The thing is, like, yeah, there's also the Five Nights at Freddy's VR game. Like, you'd shit your pants.
Wait, Five Nights at Freddy's? There's a Freddy Krueger VR?
No, it's like Showbiz
Chuck E.
Pizza,
Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Freddy's is a knockoff.
They're like
of Chuck E.
animatronic,
Cheese.
creepy.
Yeah, and they hunt you
Yeah.
through the building.
Jesus.
Yeah, and you have to watch, like, security footage of the restaurant, and they crawl around vents, and then you have to block them, and then you're in this like one room essentially trying to close everything, close the doors and stuff like
So
that.
it's kind of like Universal Soldier, the movie, but with like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, and you have to survive the night, 5 nights.
Wow.
So, yeah.
They tried to make a movie a few years ago, but they couldn't get the license, so they instead used the Banana Splits license.
Yes. Yep.
Which
I
actually
forgot about that
good
too.
movie. It's a great
They're
movie.
making a Five Nights at Freddy movie now. Though.
Yeah, they are.
No,
Yeah.
they actually
But
make
it's-
I saw the
Blumhouse
poster.
making it. Yeah.
They couldn't get the license, so they used the Banana Splits.
Yeah. I'm watching that first day it comes out. I really like Five Nights at Freddy's. I hate the fan base. Really don't like the fan base, but I love Five Nights at Freddy's. Scott
Isn't
Cawthon is
Minecraft creator?
cool. What? Yeah.
Minecraft the creator of that? Like
They cancelled him essentially.
Yeah.
Because
think Notch
who he
created Five
voted
Nights.
for got leaked essentially.
Yeah.
Who
Well-
he donated to.
Well,
Yeah.
Notch, the creator of Minecraft, had opinions that they didn't like, but the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah, you're right, True Pop. He it leaked who he voted for, and they canceled him off of that. But they're two separate guys, Minecraft and Five Nights.
Jesus. Cancel culture is bullshit. It's just
yeah.
crazy.
Absolutely.
crazy.
I think that's why a lot of us, try and stay anonymous, because
Mm-hmm.
people are nuts.
People tend to be
Extra
nuts.
Zero, can you bring up the water slide one?
Yeah, let me get that pulled up. I had the Marvel one.
So with the AR games, that's pretty awesome. But I wanted to ask you guys for this next one: is this something that that y'all would be interested in? Because it doesn't seem like a great idea, but it seems pretty fun. Extra Zero is about to bring it up.
So,
Of course we failed. We're gonna look at boobs. That's just what we do.
I mean, look at that. Could you imagine going on a water slide?
well,
Wow.
I can imagine this because
I think I'd find the water slide more fun, but okay.
Yeah, for
well, no,
real.
this
It's a VR water slide?
you're on a water slide. like,
I think
you're-
that's enjoy the water slide, man. That's stupid. I don't know.
Nah, look, as somebody who's done VR for the past 7 years, let me kill my audio here.
I don't need to augment my reality that much. I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
it's pretty augmented.
Well, let me pull it back up because they show I'll kill the audio here so we don't get.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to get struck for that, so I took it down.
But there's a water.
Really quick, Lord Pepsi sent in a $2 super chat saying we accidentally mean VR into mainstream adoption. I mean that'd be pretty cool.
But I mean, I've never seen
Nice
a waterproof
pause job.
headset before.
Now there's a memeable picture.
Oh, she's wearing a headset.
Yeah, yeah, that was the whole thing.
You and me in the movie get wet.
And so you're actually it's like I've been doing VR for a while. There's VR roller coasters that you can do, but you don't get the sensation that you're falling or moving. And to me, this is something I would do because it's like, when else are you going to get to do a VR?
I get-
Yeah. And of course, they're showing like, yeah, we actually clean them, unlike your Dave and Buster's, where
I always
I
find
think that would actually
Maybe
make you have less motion sickness as well, because I think that's why I get it, because my body knows I'm not moving.
yeah, it's not hitting your ear canal like it should.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
We'll
would try it. It looks like it would be
Probably
fun.
get hit with copyright for this.
Now, what you did make a good point there, CJP. It's like there's no now the Oculus has speakers built into the unit, so I'm curious like whether they're just piping the sound through the
tunnel.
yeah.
Mm.
So I guess this is in Denmark.
Well, if they did
Yeah.
have the ones that have the camera array at the front, so you can actually see, to do some augmented reality, you could do like go-karts with Mario Kart style weapons.
I mean that's essentially what they have at Universal right now.
Have you guys seen the iPhone ones? I don't know what they're called.
The Apple goggles. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah. So they have like a gazillion cameras in them. You know, they know how your pupils look, the interior of your eye, essentially, and stuff like that. Like all the details on your eyes in Apple's hands. Yeah, that's short as a chip of foot. But the reason they have so many cameras is so they can track your eye movement, essentially what you're selecting, what you want to select.
Yes.
They didn't want to have any of this, hand gear like you usually have in VR. They wanted to get rid of it and, have it be controlled with your eyes. And I think that's very difficult technology to get right, essentially.
That's getting Brave New World vibes out of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, you won't have to look at the real world. It'll be amazing.
We'll be pumped up with soda and chairs like Wally.
Yeah.
We can
Diet
just shop
soda.
where we poop.
Cheerful, very cheerful.
So Extra Zero, I know you were pretty excited to get Caul on, and you had some questions about the cons he goes to. You wanna take the lead on that?
Yeah. So I've when we started chatting, when I was asking to come on the show, we'd been talking about cons in the past and kind of how the vibes have changed. But really one of the things I didn't ask is what made you want to do all this, and what was the first con you attended, and what really drew you into cosplaying?
It was really random, actually. My buddy who goes to cons all the time was like, "Hey, we have this," because to get a ticket to San Diego Comic-Con, you basically have to enter into a digital raffle where you're in this room on a web browser for an hour, and you randomly get selected, right? And my odds of getting selected were like 7% or something, really, really low. And then like the hour had almost eclipsed, and there was like 3 minutes before the whole thing shut down. It was like, "You've been selected." And I was like, "Holy shit, I actually got it." So just wanting to do something different and fun, because I'd never been to Comic-Con, and I figured everybody always dressed up, so I was just when in Rome, really. And then I picked what I thought would be cool, which was Maul. And I don't even really remember how it got into the point where it was interviews, but the first one was 2017, and that's the one where I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's like a video of me eating pasta at Olive Garden as Maul, and that's in the Dark Horse comic costume. But that's the only footage that actually survived from the first one, because I didn't take any pictures, I didn't take any video, I didn't do anything. It was just we went and hung out, and it was really cool. I really, really wish we had taken photos and interviews, but there were a bunch of people that got pics. But that's how it started, honestly. And then my buddy B Dutch, who you can follow on Twitch, he's a big streamer on Twitch. He told me, I think he saw some of the pictures of it. He's like, "Yeah, you should check out Twitch. You should try it. I think it would be good for you." And he was right, because I got partnered doing it. And so, yeah, that's how it all kind of came about.
So that picture, that was your first con. Like most people's cosplay going to a convention for the first time are not that good. So were you you have like a background in doing like anything with makeup, or did you do like elaborate costumes before for parties and whatnot?
No, not really. I had some makeup training. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I took a couple of classes in college. But it's pretty nerdy. I painted a lot of Warhammer 40K models as a kid, and you develop a very steady hand when you do that. Now, the first con I didn't actually paint myself. I hired someone to do that, because I can't physically paint my upper torso. That would be crazy. Right. So I just I found someone that was a professional that could do it. But like the ones you saw from the last San Diego, I did do, and all my own Twitch streams, I do all my own makeup, because you don't have anyone to do it for you. You have to do it all yourself.
Right.
But yeah, just painting models as a kid, as a nerd, gave you a very steady hand, and then I started doing it, just as like almost like as a joke, and then I started like you do the mall makeup so many times because, dude, to get partnered on Twitch took so many streams doing the mall makeup. I don't even, looking back, I have no idea how I did it that many times in a row, over and over and over and over. It was crazy, but you get better and better at it because, like when I did it this last time, I hadn't done Maul's makeup in a while, but it was like muscle memory, like riding a bike. Like, oh yeah, now this line. Like it was not hard to pick back up.
How long does it take you to do these days?
Well, when I would rush on Twitch, back during the peak of Battlefront 2, I could probably get if I was wearing a hat, because I used to have like a spiked nerdy gamer guy bro mall hat that I would do, and then I would put the contacts in and do the makeup. That I could crank out in like 40 minutes to 50 minutes. For the con where I was full mall, I took my time and I wasn't rushing because we didn't have to rush. And that one took more like 2 hours, I would say. Like if you're like going at a pretty decent clip, you can bang it out in like 2 hours.
Nice.
And I think the biggest thing for Maul that makes him pop is if you have the real contacts, because you can get like cheap eyes, but when you have like the real film grade hand painted stuff, it just, I don't know. I think that's the most important piece of that particular character, because everyone like they see you and they're like, oh shit, like there's his eyes, like that's Maul. Crazy.
What's probably been your favorite con experience so far?
My favorite con experience, man, that's a good question. I never thought about that. Well, taking a pic with that little mini mall was definitely a highlight for sure. That was definitely up there because you could see how much excitement and joy like some kids have, and I've had that before with other kids, because some kids see Maul and they scream and they cry and it genuinely terrifies them, and then there's the other kids that see it and they look at you like you're Mickey Mouse,
right?
Yeah, like when I went to Olive Garden, one of the moms really wanted her kid to see me, and the kid like fell back into the car screaming, crying. The mom thought it was hilarious. She was laughing. I'm like, that's kind of like, all right, whatever. Another time, there was a kid in a stroller, and as soon as he saw me on the floor of Comic-Con, he turned around and he was like trying to burrow into his stroller away from me. He was so hysterically like traumatized by what it looked like. But I would say that just interacting with the kids that know Maul and like him or whatever character, but also I would say just interacting and conversing with the actual fans, because that was one of the reasons why I got into doing the interviews and the videos on YouTube. Is no one really actually goes to the cons and directly asks the people who are, excited enough about the IP that they want to dress up as these characters, and then ask them, what do you think about the IP right now? Like, how do you feel about it? And so I thought that I would say that too, just talking and conversing with the fans and getting their opinions. And sometimes they get really mad at you, like sometimes they don't like the questions you're asking and they get a little hostile. And that's always interesting to deal with, because it's like, whoa, calm down. It's just a question. But,
right. I mean, the answer honestly, it's, do you think that the climate has changed in like post-COVID world with the conventions and the convention goers? I mean, it seems to me like things are getting a little bit more back to normal. But I had, like when we talked, I'd mentioned I haven't been back to a convention since COVID.
Yeah, it got better. So the last con I did before this last one was 2019, and we did a bunch of cool interviews with people as Maul that time. And then 2020 was canceled. 2021 it was canceled. 2022 it came back, and that was last year. And I had all the tickets for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I was going to be there the whole weekend. And then, like a month before it came up, or 2 months or whatever it was, when it was approaching, San Diego announced like, okay, you have to have this card, you have to wear a mask at all time, you can't do this. And I'm like, I'm not going to do 2 hours of makeup and then put a fucking, that's not happening. So I was very disappointed, and it sucked because it's like, oh, the con's back, but it's still another, I'm not going to get to go and do it again. So it's like 3 in a row of, you had this momentum, you had all these interviews, and then it just completely gets crushed for 3 years, which sucked. But my buddy went that year that I basically said, no, I'm not going to do it. Like I refuse until I can just go normally, like in the old days. Like when I can go in the old days, let me know, I'll be there. And we were. But he said it was terrible. He said it was super sparse. There weren't a lot of people. It was a very dead con. And that was not the case this year. And I think that's because the city was so starved economically, because they make so much money on that one weekend with hotels, flights, food, restaurants. Like it's such a important week for that particular city because it's like the mecca of, you know, nerd cons, and it's become so popular that I think they were finally like, yo, we gotta ease up and just let people enjoy this again, or we're not gonna make much money. So yeah, it felt like it was back to normal. It was very, very crowded, and it wasn't the last year.
Yeah, I've got like Otakons in my backyard. Basically, I'm not really an Otakon guy, but I used to love going to the music and gaming festival, and they were supposed to be back to normal this year, but they had a vocal minority go in and petition the convention to require masks, require vax cards, and that was this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
TwitchCon did that the year before. Like I was considering going to TwitchCon, and then they're like, they were like, we're not going to have any requirements, and the vocal minority was like, oh my god, you're so blah blah blah, and then they reverse course. Like sounds like what your con did.
And that was the con that got popular because they had the sign that said Kotaku's journalistic integrity error 404 not found. Everybody's like, oh, Magfest is based, and they're like, no, they're not. So, do you have any? I mean, as far as conventions to go to, what is your favorite? I mean, have you been to Star Wars Celebration? Are there any like local cons? Is the larger cons, the smaller cons that you tend to like?
I've never been to Star Wars Con. I had tickets, and I was gonna go do the whole interview and mall thing, and that's when, you know, shit got shut down for forever. Yeah. And so I was like, well, I guess we're not gonna go. But I did have tickets for, I think it was like 2 years ago. I don't remember the exact one, but San Diego's dope. LA Con's a really good one too because it's super low key and chill, and it's a huge center. I forget. I think it's the Los Angeles Convention Center. It's like 20 minutes from where I'm at, so that one's nice because it's convenient. I don't have to travel. I don't have to hack stuff up because it took me an hour and a half just to get all the stuff I needed into my car down in the elevator just to begin to leave for San Diego. So to be able to just like drive within like 30 minutes is a lot better. But I would say LA Con. That's good too.
Do you have any issues getting like some of your equipment on? Like does TSA ever give you grief when, you know, you have like your saber and all in there and they have to x-ray it and they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. This was the first year where they didn't give me crap, and I was like, oh wow. Thank God, because it's my microphone, right? Like my lightsaber is my microphone. So before, when they were super strict, they would be like, oh, okay, we're gonna have to tie that to your body. And I already had it like clipped into like a lightsaber holder thing that's on your belt. So it's like, it's already there. Like, but no, they have to like take a zip tie and strap it to you. And then they have a little sticker showing that this is not a real weapon. It's a lightsaber. So is that really necessary? But this year they were like, yeah, come on in, whatever. Like I had a pistol as Jack, and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna let me just have this flintlock pistol. But they didn't give a damn. They really didn't care. I was like, sweet.
It looks like chat also has a question. Nix is asking, do you think cons got better since it's less presence of movie studios and it's more back to its roots? I think Nerdrotic mentioned this.
Well, I'll just tell you from my perspective as someone who's going there to basically interact with people and film and get content, it was great that they weren't there, only because Hall H, which is this huge hall that everyone wants to go to go to the panels and talk to all the actors and the directors and the producers of whatever latest and greatest movies are coming out, that was completely not there. And because that was completely not there, traffic was like open. And so while there was still a lot of people there and it was quite packed, it never felt like I was being hindered or there was stuff in the way. It would have made it a pain in the ass to do what I was doing a lot more if they were there. Whether it's good or bad that they weren't, I don't know. But in terms of like just navigating the physical space and getting interviews, I'm happy that was the case. Yeah.
Now I have an interesting question too. Like I know you were mostly focused on just soaking up the con and enjoying, interacting with people, but did you happen to catch the merch at all? And with Funko Pops dying, what's the merch situation like now? Because that was the thing prior to COVID. I was like, fuck, it's just pops everywhere. Where are the comic books? Where are the cool collectibles?
There was definitely some cool collectibles. I actually got one because I told myself, I was like, all right, because I hadn't been in like 4 years, right? Like it had been quite a while. So I was like, when I go, I'm going to let my inner child find just one like souvenir and I'm going to grab it for myself. I went with a Raditz Dragon Ball Z, just keep them on my desk.
Nice.
Yeah. But
little Figwarts.
Yeah. And he was like really hard to get. Like,
Yeah, now I remember.
my buddy had to get in line. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna get it for you," but it took a lot, and they would sell out every day, and then they would restock. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that Funko Pop was dying. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
but
they buried $30 million of merchandise in a landfill because sales have just kind of tanked off. Yeah,
they buried it.
yeah, like ET style.
Why wouldn't they just
Yeah.
give it to people?
That I'm guessing that they did it that way to be a tax write-off because we have obviously we have stupid laws in this country.
Wow, that's crazy that they
But
would
you'd
just be
think they
like,
could just like
"Screw this."
donate it to kids, like. But then again, they're like, yeah, I don't think any 5-year-old wants a unsold clumps.
Yeah.
Imagine just some absolute sad people just digging it up. It's like my Funko
Yeah.
Pops, my pet.
Well, yeah, rest in peace to Funko Pops. But there was tons of comics, tons of Magic the Gathering, tons of figures, tons of shirts. Like the merch was definitely not suffering overall, I would say, from what I saw. Yeah.
I told Funko to fuck off because they never made a Babylon 5 series.
Well, there you go.
Like they
Yeah.
made some of the most obscure shit on the planet, but not that.
They
Yeah,
made Snarf from Thundercats, but not Babylon. That's insulting.
They made the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
That's wait. I thought they were super popular. Like, doesn't everyone like? Oh, the Funko Pops.
They were, but I mean, I think everybody has a threshold for what they can get. You had like the super collectors, and then I think their meat and potatoes were the Star Wars and the Marvel ones, and then they just made those dominate, and then interest for both has kind of fallen off. And I think that they're trying to go back to being a little bit more niche because you could go into any Target and Walmart and see them just clearanced out, and they still have stuff like Captain Marvel. A lot of Disney ones too weren't selling, like Disney movies that came out and flopped, like the Haunted Mansion. You can find those now. Nobody's going to buy those,
Right.
but they just kind of for years had these Disney properties, and they were selling, and then now not so much. So
Interesting. I will tell you what I noticed that was kind of different just from the interviews was more than before. People, even if they like, because I can kind of get a sense from asking the questions if they agree with what I'm asking or if they're like not happy about what I'm asking. And a lot of the times I could get the vibe from them that they would agree, but they would be very hesitant and kind of like afraid to voice their opinion as if like people were watching them. Like, you know what I mean? And I told them before the interview, because some people get nervous or some people, they just get a little anxiety about the interviews. So I'll tell them at the start, like, hey, if there's any questions you don't like, I don't care. You can just say no comment. Like, I'm just going through a list to make a video and I got like 10 questions. You can say no comment to all of them. You can give me all of your thoughts on all of them. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy. But I could feel like the apprehension of, I don't know if I should be saying anything critical. It was kind of weird. Yeah.
So chat is saying, our dude 1286 says, I'm tired of seeing those stupid Funkos at my local game stores. I mean, they might not be around for much longer. So
they're gonna be.
I'm collecting those Ticos. I don't know about you guys.
Rose Ticos.
I'm sure they're selling like hotcakes.
I don't think so.
Oakley says Babylon 5 is in rights limbo, isn't it? Could be the reason why there are no Funkos.
As far as I know, Warner Brothers still owns all the rights to it because they just put out a new movie, a new animated movie.
Wait, an animated Babylon 5?
Yeah. It's called The Road Home.
Huh.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's got as many of the original cast is still alive.
So probably in 2 months we'll see like a stack of Funko boxes behind CJP.
Dude, I can't believe that they went out of business. I never would have guessed that. That's nuts.
John Connors, I don't know anything about Warhammer 40K, but John Connors says 40K army of choice, open question.
I'm the Sons of Russ. Space Wolves, baby.
The blue ones with kind of like a gold tint. I heard they were the good guys from
Ultramarines. That's like the classic.
Okay.
Classic
Yeah,
chapter. There's a lot of human chapters, but they're all Space Marines.
Okay.
So you're probably talking about Ultramarines, I think.
Okay.
Atreides, but no.
CJP, when did Babylon 5 the animated come out?
I believe it's out now. Let me look up the actual release date.
2023 Babylon 5 content. That is not a month.
Yeah, The Road Home comes out in 3 days, August 15th.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So right around the corner.
Dude, I loved their alien concepts and their makeup and costumes in that show. Super creative, super good.
What they were able to do with such a limited budget, because if you look
Yeah.
at an episode of Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine at the same time that they were being filmed, Deep Space Nine had at least 8 times the budget.
For sure. For sure.
So what they were able to do with that minuscule amount of money is
Damn impressive.
well, I said we're going to release the complete series on Blu-ray on my birthday in December.
Yahtzee.
So hell yeah.
Stargate had a limited budget, didn't it?
Yeah, they
Yes.
still had more though, because they had they were on Showtime at first.
Right. And they reused assets from the Outer Limits, like the aliens and all.
So
I'm a crackhead for Stargate. It's kind of weird. I love Stargate. Like, I just finished rewatching SG-1 and Atlantis. I don't particularly like Universe though, so I'm gonna skip that. Are you a Stargate fan, Cole?
I watched the movie, and I think I've seen some of the show, but I definitely loved the movie and the old Super Nintendo game. It was badass. With the pharaohs.
Well, I didn't know they had a Super Nintendo game, so I learned something new today.
It was very difficult.
Really awesome.
It wasn't quite Lion King difficult, but it was difficult.
It was
The
difficult.
Lion King was only difficult because of that damn second stage.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Lion
like
King.
the swimming stage in the original NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Lion King Sega, that's it's no cakewalk.
No.
Yeah. How many times in your life do you think you heard it starts?
Many.
Yeah.
So about this time, I know we're running a little late on the memes. So let's take a quick meme break, and we'll get started. Extra Zero, I already have it pulled up. Let me just share the screen, and then.
Oh wait, aren't we going to do this first?
That
was
well,
Yes.
Have a stroke?
let's try that again.
Well,
that's weird.
bizarre.
It just lives in the background.
Yeah, I
Have a
got
stroke.
it. I
All
got it.
There you go.
Much better. What was wrong with that?
So we got the first
That was
dad
bad.
meme of Camelot. There we go.
Yeah, that is
Exactly
perfect.
what I was looking for.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Look how the head's not quite in proportion, so the lips are really long.
And
Yeah,
it's
now-
well photoshopped though.
Now you got to do Camelot as that daddy long neck guy.
It fits perfectly. I don't know about you guys. It fits perfectly.
Looks like a turtle.
I hope he takes this and uses it in some conversations.
I think, like, if you got the head a little bigger, I think it'd be fine. You know.
I still think
pretty
it was
good.
good.
It fits perfectly.
Nick says, I see you guys have the highly organized part of everything down.
That's part of our
Your show's being run by a dyslexic monkey. I mean, come on.
We got Monkey and Zero running the show. So we also have this one from JS Pena. DC fans, James Gunn. You know, I started watching this show, but I haven't watched it all the way through. I think I
quite enjoy
Have you
it.
finished it yet?
I've never seen it, but I've seen memes from it. It's very violent looking, which
Yeah.
Yes.
I highly recommend it. It seems a little
What's it
iffy
called?
at times. Invincible.
Invincible. Okay.
It's on Amazon Prime Video. All of it. Second season's coming out soon. I really love Omni-Man and Invincible's relationship. Like, yeah, you can look at it surface level, but there is so much more meaning behind it if you look a little deeper. Essentially, I really recommend it. Don't want to spoil it, so I
Of
won't.
course,
say anything.
Omni-Man's the villain because he's a halfway decent dad.
Metastep, don't worry about remaking it. When basically in the Legion we criticize each other's work. It doesn't mean it was good, or it doesn't mean it was bad.
We just
It's just
mate.
yeah, it's just, you know, we talk about each other's work, and you know, sometimes it's not fantastic. Like I'll send some memes to the Legion and be like, hey, is this good or is this bad? I view it as constructive criticism. You don't need to redo it if you don't want to.
Remember, the imperfections actually add to the humor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people will laugh at the imperfections more often than not. So just a heads up, mate.
Oh yeah, that was a choice meme.
Yeah, fantastic,
Choice.
dude. Nick says Invincible is quite good, but the insert of relationship is what dropped me a couple points
Amber.
on any
Yeah,
rating.
easily the worst part of the show. Yeah.
Mm.
Have you guys heard, by the way, talking about James Gunn? Is Gal Gadot in or out of the DC? No one
I
knows.
heard she was
That's
in,
it. It's
and then
done.
I heard she was out.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Well, it wouldn't make
From what I
sense
saw.
because you can't keep one and then fire the others from the
Right.
same group.
No,
That doesn't
Exactly.
make any
That'd
sense.
just be disrespectful.
Yeah. That's a slap in the face.
Exactly.
Well, since they have old ass George Clooney now, they can bring in Linda Carter.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard yesterday someone spoiled it because I'm not going to watch it. But I heard that he was in that, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
well,
it
Gal
ends-
Gadot, since you're really hot, we can stay here on my couch.
It ends
That's
with
probably what they
him
say.
being the current universe Batman. It's
That's crazy.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'll watch it when it's on HBO Max.
Oh no.
It's like I know what it is, but it makes her look like that nurse from South Park with the conjoined twin feet.
Right.
yeah.
I think it was on FNT, but like, isn't Rachel Zegler like looks a lot like
AOC.
AOC?
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
I thought it
Yeah.
was I thought
She was
Hunter
the
was
same
the
brain
Snow
capacity.
White sniffer.
Like,
she'll be like, I was only being insufferable because I was practicing for her biopic.
We have this one from Extra Zero as well.
Taylor Moon Garrett. Let's go.
nice. Very nice.
Just so you know, if you take pictures at these cons, we will be putting them in a file so we
The
can.
best part was all I had to do was slap my logo on there, my watermark. I didn't do anything.
We have this one from Jonathan Davis. Extra Zero refusing to eat his vegetables.
It's not that I didn't want the vegetables. I've been craving them. It's just, when Dermy makes your food and you don't watch him do it, look, there's
That's just a special creamy sauce on my vegetables.
What
right,
if he had some Diet Coke? Would you drink it then?
No, I didn't want to learn anything he learned on the set of Ghost Dad.
We have this one from Skirmitar. Yes,
That's so true.
I have no idea what I'm doing. If you guys think I know what I'm doing, then you are severely mistaken. I'm figuring things out along the way, which is why the just do it motto works with the streaming.
There's another version of that meme. It's just like me looking up if it's safe for my dog to eat, and then my dog essentially. There's so many things you could do with that meme. It fits in so many ways.
I really should have thought out the initials before I made my name.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't even see that.
So just a heads up, Jonathan Davis, for future memes, if you don't want the channel to get hit, 8 seconds is typically what is allowed on YouTube. So
8 seconds of any sound clip or soundtrack?
We can sing the rest.
yeah. So what I'm
So
going to
hang
do
on, I gotta
is
clarify. So if I did like a Duel of the Fates, if I played like 8 seconds of that song, that would be okay.
That or just get the one
it
that
should be okay. You could still get hit, but there's less of a chance.
Interesting.
Yeah, go ahead and mute it.
We can do a Duel of Fates Legion of Memers. And we'll all sing it for you right now. How about that? And then you can copy it. Copy the audio.
We need to get some kazoos.
Yeah, there has to be kazoos.
Yes.
Guys, I'm considering playing a guitar. So learning how to play that. So considering it. So
hell yeah.
So Mephisto is hopping in. He's correcting me. He says music gets hit under 8 seconds.
I think it's 4 seconds, or is it under 8?
So,
I don't know.
I'm
So
with music. I'm
7.8
very
would be
careful.
okay.
yeah.
7.8.
I'm probably the reason side scrollers get demonetized on a daily basis.
So Static says he's gotten hit. So with audio, it might be a little different, but with actual clips, I've been pretty good with about 8 seconds.
That's why I decided.
So we're gonna do this.
I'm doing it on Rumble.
I always be sure to reverse mirror it, or put logo somewhere, that kind of stuff, just additional steps.
But this is the actual video movie.
Caul, we have a lot of people in this community who have given the Legion of Memers like permission to use their musical works. So we tend to use them. So I'm sure if you find people in the community, reach out to them and be like, hey, do you mind if I use your music? That might be a better way for you to do that.
Gotcha.
So let's see what this is.
Uh-oh.
Now there's a certain.
I know
point,
what this
there's
is.
a certain point I'm going to tell you to stop on this one, Rox. But you'll probably know.
Zero, take care. Can you bring this up because my
Israeli
won't let me.
It puts the lotion on.
Yeah,
the
right.
skin.
I still can't believe that's Captain Stottlemyre from Monk.
He was also the dad in the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Yeah,
All right, let me get this paused.
and he was also the really racist captain with the fake horn ear in Wild Wild West.
Oh
I
shit!
don't even remember that. I just remember Kenneth Branagh, which is in that movie,
And pause it every couple of seconds, extra zero.
Yeah, let me also turn the volume down so Q Lazarus doesn't kill us.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, horses.
I'd fuck me.
Fuck me. I'd fuck me.
I think this is the perfect spot to stop.
I like the tuck and swing dance. That's a good.
Play it through extra zero. I think we're good now.
Uh-oh.
Caul, you got some moves, man.
Thank you.
I'm
Working on
dying over you.
Apparently, Mephisto covered this movie tonight. Go check out his channel to get more information about that movie because he's very knowledgeable about that.
Yeah, that's a great movie if you're trying to tuck yourself in,
Mm-hmm. But I still remember when I watched it the first time. That movie is terrifying.
Remember in Clerks 2 and Jay Muse did it.
Yeah, right outside the movies.
Yeah, when he says music goes, oh.
And big shout out to Jonathan Davis who made a meme from what Nerdrotic requested. He put Dermy in there. Says they call me the back taco. That's probably why Chrissy's face is.
They call me the back taco king. The king.
Back taco king. There you go.
Hail the king of the back taco.
She looks horrified by whatever she's hearing or seeing.
Yeah. I hope you guys are having fun at Serious Man and Dermy. It's some great. I'm really happy to see you guys there. And this is from Extra Zero as well.
You had to
Mazza. You want to explain this meme for those of us who might not have watched it?
Yeah, so I only call it the first 20 or so minutes of this morning's episode.
Twink Hunter.
Yeah, so apparently Lethal Lightning told Mazza to Google twinks in Japan.
Oh God!
Japanese twinks.
Japanese twinks. And so Mazza being Mazza, didn't really. He's like, okay.
Did he at least do
private
browsing?
This is my interpretation of Mazza after assimilating to the culture.
Twinkle the Kid. What is it? A banana?
Twinkie the Kid.
Yeah.
Mazza also didn't know what KY jelly was. So
Mazza doesn't know what a lot.
Well, he hasn't seen anything.
Okay. No. So I'm not the only one stupid here. Jeez. You and your American inventions.
He's like the male Australian version of Luann from King of the Hill. This is the way what the heck?
He's very
stupid. I'm just ignorant.
Extra Zero, do you want to bring? You can bring up any topic from here if you want.
Yeah. We had that one about the Marvel Studios VFX artists unionizing.
Oh, that's the interesting one.
About with Caul here.
I didn't hear that. What happened with the VFX?
So yeah, the VFX artists are looking to unionize at Marvel, and this comes from Discussing Film. So it says they're looking to unionize because they currently get paid on a weekly flat rate. This means they don't get paid extra for overtime, hours, days, and have no protection rights against tight turnarounds.
Jesus.
This comes from IGN, so I don't know if there's anything more on IGN, because IGN loves to do like fluff articles. And they also love to talk about crunch. I have some perspective on that since I work in the tech sector.
Do not talk to me about the crunch.
But
at the beginning of the crunch,
getting paid on a weekly flat rate, I mean, essentially that's a fancy way of saying salary in more than one word. So I can empathize a little bit about them being stretched thin, considering, well, here they quote the McDonald's of content and talking about, what's going on there. But I don't know if it's the fact that they're being stretched thin or the fact that they're not hiring like the best, the most talented people. 2 weeks ago, we had looked at that guy who did the TIE Fighter VFX on his own, and it looked infinitely better what one man did than what all of these artists are doing. So, I mean, really, what do you guys think about this?
I mean, that reminds me of what they did with Mandalorian, because the first season they CGI'd Luke's face and they used whoever they had in-house, and then some guy on YouTube was like, that's not very good, let me show you how to do it. And then they hired him for season 2, and Luke that was the best I've ever seen a CGI character that wasn't the original actor, on camera. I mean, Mark Hamill was there, but obviously they de-aged him, and that was the best I'd ever seen it.
Well, the problem is a lot of these unions, and they're asking for more money and stuff. Maybe you agree with it, maybe you don't, but they're all doing it when their industry is literally collapsing. Like Marvel, who's buying Marvel, who's watching Marvel, who's doing anything with Marvel at this particular moment? And they're like, give us more money. It's all like, yeah, when we get people to watch the shit you're making, like it's just kind of a bad time to sit there and ask for more money when the kind of industry is collapsing.
Yeah, but then again, you do strike the shark when it's bleeding out, I guess.
But then they could just say, fuck it, let's not make any Marvel shit then.
Yeah.
Out of a job.
Well,
goodbye.
so
the thing is, like, oh, sorry, go on.
Well, I was going to say, what's interesting is there was a couple weeks ago, I don't know if you saw this picture of Nick Fury, and it was, Samuel L. Jackson sitting on a set, and like there's no set. There's no wall. It's just a green screen. And even his gun was it wasn't even a real prop. Yeah.
There is some context behind that.
Holding a green glob.
Well, yeah, I understand that why they do it, and they can change things on the fly. It's just like they do digital blood effects. So in like Middle Eastern countries, for instance, they can easily wipe out the blood. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, are these VFX artists suffering because they're they're being stretched thin by these poor decisions? Like, use practical effects so the CG can focus. When you're doing everything CG, you might as well just be making a cartoon at that point. What's the point of even having physical actors?
Yeah, and Marvel is notorious for having terrible CGI recently. Yeah. And with that Nick Fury scene you just mentioned, Extra, there's some context behind that. Essentially, they booked a hotel, they filmed that scene in there originally with all the props and everything. Then they noticed, in the editing stages, shit, we're missing a scene. And they couldn't book the hotel again for some reason, for some stupid reason. So what did they say? Oh, you know what? We'll just CGI it in again. Which is really
just really quick. I want to give a shout out to Left Eye.
Yeah, it never looks.
I just want to give a shout out to Left Eye Ego for hopping in, dropping a like, man. I'd love to have you on the show. Just DM me your availability schedule when we have you on, mate. Go ahead, Cole. Sorry about that.
Oh, it just doesn't, like, even when you have nice CGI, it still doesn't, like, your eye can tell that wasn't on camera a lot of the time, and it's just not as good. Not as good.
The thing is, like writer's strike, I don't care about the writers. They've been producing shit all day. Actors, I don't really care all that much. Meh. CGI.
Well, I mean, with the Marvel, CGI guys,
I could definitely sympathize with them because I've seen the kind of shit they've been through, and it must be working like in a hamster wheel down there.
I've never heard of VHS or the effects artist being in a good working environment. Like, every story I've heard, it's like we're overworked, and they make us do like 17, 18, 20-hour days, and they put all the work on our back, and we got to make it happen. That's the story I hear every time. So,
because Marvel is, everyone says, oh, Marvel's got a plan for like phase 5, but they don't. They do not plan stuff out. And they have all these like last minute changes. Like, actually, can you make Scarlet Witch fly and then turn everything red in here in the last like final days of shooting? That's essentially what they do, and that's why it's so terrible, because they can't decide on anything. They keep changing the original focus. That's why, like the Pirates of the Caribbean movie with octopus guy, I forget his name.
Davy
It's
Jones.
so
Davy Jones,
beautiful to look at because it's planned out. You know, they
Still holds up.
get storyboard.
Still
Yeah.
holds up. Looks so good. Like, why was it
And-
better back then?
Yeah,
you know?
they stick to a concrete plan essentially. Yeah, and that's when CGI works best. When you have loads of time to do it and it's planned out, and you know.
And it's
Black
only when
Panther
you
too.
need it. Like, obviously, you can't film a Kraken taking down a ship. So then, yeah, CGI, you know. But when you can do it practically, and don't do the opposite. Like, because remember in The Last Jedi, they spent $2 million. The practical effect, Luke having green milk splash. They built that ugly ass sea cow. Like, what a waste of money.
Yeah.
Insane.
What was this you brought up, CJ?
When you talk about the crunch, this is all I can think of. Has anyone ever seen the Mighty Boosh?
I have, but it's been a minute.
Okay, that's Richard Ayoade, his character. He's like, crunch?
It looks like a.
You can be the crunch.
It looks
he's
like a
talking
black
to,
Van Helsing.
He's talking to Noah Fielding and basically as a pink blob. So it's a funny scene. You got to watch the Mighty Boosh. It's nonstop crazy.
There's also people caught in the middle too. Like the makeup artists have nothing to do with the strike, and they're all out of work because work has stopped. So now they don't get to do their job, and it's like they didn't have any say in that. You know what I mean? It sucks. It definitely sucks.
Yeah.
It's like I said, the writers they're screwed because the studios were already heading towards AI, and now they're just gonna ramp that up. They're gonna be like, yeah, let's just do this. Screw the writers. The actors have a better,
for sure. Yeah.
The actors have a better stand because we're not to the point where you could like completely replace actors and the movie's going to be really good looking, but they're also, riding that edge to where they're going to be useless at some point.
It's going there because they can get your voice and they can hire you once, and then they've got your voice for however long they want if it's in the contract. Christopher Reeve was reanimated. You know what I mean? I don't know if he wanted to be reanimated. Like
same thing with his father. His father was alive before that, and I believe his father took his own life, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like no way he could have consented to that.
Yeah, and then you have Bruce Willis, and he's like, "Yeah, I use me for centuries. Like, you got my rights forever."
Bruce Willis and Orville Redenbacher are like two different stories. Like, if you're going to sell your likeness and voice, that's fine, that's fair. Especially since. For Bruce, he wanted it to go to his.
I'm pretty sure Darth Vader voice actor. I'm pretty sure he sold his voice.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah,
he did, and his
Shatner also sell his AI rights or something like that.
It's crazy. I hope they got compensated.
Well, Shatner's like 93. He just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
He looks great for 93 though, and the fact that he went into space in his 90s. Come on now.
Badass.
Now, Extra Zero, what's this you're sharing?
So I got to dig at Kotaku. Remember Jason Schreier? He was all big on talking about crunch and tech. So this was a meme I put together a couple years back.
He knows nothing.
How far you have come, my friend.
I know, right?
We don't have those in the UK. We have Weetabix.
It has to be Captain Scissor Me Daddy. Is that like?
Don't start with a Weetabix.
If that's what it is in your house, CJP, I don't want to have breakfast there.
Kenzo, do you not like Weetabix?
No, I do, but these guys don't know what the fuck you're going.
I know what Weetabix is.
Thank you. Someone knows what Weetabix is. Thank God.
We actually used to have it here.
Okay, interesting.
Have you had muesli?
No.
All right. Then.
Crumpets.
I've seen it. It's like a porridge almost. Isn't it?
It's like a breakfast porridge. You can prepare it in the fridge the night before. Yeah. It's really good for you.
Definitely. More than those sugary cereals that I always eat, but
Oh yeah, way better for sure.
I've had Captain Crunch.
Metastep has sent in a $5 super chat saying, "Can I shout out my new out of context or my new new quote unquote channel out of context flawed?" Absolutely, been seeing the work you've been doing, mate.
Yes, I've been loving those.
You definitely go check it out. It's some great stuff. It's
Put
really
on your
fun.
glasses, Soups. You should learn to read.
Yes, learn to read.
They learn to go, learn to read.
Have you seen my baseball?
Listen, you got to have respect for a lot of these streamers who fumble their words because this shit is not easy, guys.
If I got paid for reading like
pick it up and write it into the end zone.
It's when that
Like-
record light comes on, man. It's different, isn't it? You can read that shit all day long.
it's a super chat. You better read it right. Damn right.
Nick said, I just realized, and I'm disappointed in the Legion. You guys asked Darth Caul about cosplay and makeup, but nobody asked the hard questions like what brand of glue he uses to reattach himself.
It's actually Scotch tape. I don't even use glue. It's just cheap, effective. It's
You just get that electric tape and just wrap it because that
Yep.
stuff stays forever.
It's like
Right.
that Nick Cage movie. The one where he's playing pinball. He just tapes himself up.
Did you guys see the vampire Dracula with him? Was that good?
Renfield. It was good.
Yes.
It was
That was
love
fantastic.
Dracula, so
Yeah, I
if
haven't
it's
seen
good,
it
I'll check
yet.
it out.
I wanted to like meme it and like actually like make some content from it, but it was just way too gory that it was just
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything with it. I'm like, I want to do stuff with this, but I can't.
Yeah,
It's-
Robert
Well,
Cast for
It's-
Dracula. Like, come on now, Nick Cage. Hell
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Robert wrote it, or he was involved.
No,
and it's always involved with him. It's always bloody.
No, the
Ooh,
person
well, I'll
that
check
wrote
it out
it.
then. Because I
was
saw the
the-
posters in LA. I'm like, I love Nick Cage and I love Dracula. So
There was one movie I did watch this week.
Mm.
It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh Lord.
which one? Which one?
Ah.
The new
new
one. Mutant
Oh,
Mayhem.
you saw the new one?
Yes.
And
How was it?
without spoilers, did you like it or was it like?
I didn't enjoy it. It just
Okay.
didn't hit for me.
Did the
It
turtles,
didn't.
without spoilers, did their personalities feel?
That's what grated me. That you had kind of like a throwback soundtrack, but it was trying to be set in modern times, and I just couldn't connect with it. I felt like it should have been. I know why they did it. They're trying to get new kids into the Turtles. It is a kids movie. But for me personally, it would have been better set in the 90s. They did Splinter dirty, as far as I'm concerned. I didn't like the designs for Bebop and Rocksteady. I also
or April, from what I saw.
yeah, well, first, yeah, I didn't.
Jesus.
It weren't even just her design. I didn't like the character itself. But I don't want to spoil it. And yeah, I just didn't connect with it. Yeah, I
Was
didn't
Shredder
enjoy
in
it.
there?
No,
Shredder's not even in it.
nope.
Was Baxter in it, or is he just mentioned?
No, there's mention of the bad guy is a
Is it Rat King?
What's
no,
Superfly? But-
Superfly. Ice Cube does, and he does. I liked the voice acting on some of them, like and the animation style. Parts of it I enjoyed, but a lot of people won't like it. I think.
I mean, it is Seth Rogen's involved into it. So
It looks kind of like stop motion animation. They've gone for a
Yeah.
low frame rate, like sort
It
of
looked
like
very low frame
24
rate.
24
Yeah.
frames per second on 2s and 3s or something. It looks like, but it comes across like stop motion, rather than CGI. It looks more like stop motion.
yeah.
Similar
least,
to some of the stuff they did in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, at least TMNT fans have now a new game to look forward to, the Last Ronin
Yeah.
game.
Oh,
It's a
that,
bit of a-
and not just that. Then that is huge news. But did you guys ever play the 8-bit like reimagining of Turtles in Time?
Yeah,
that they
sure.
did?
Yeah.
That one shows so much reverence and respect for the whole IP. I was like, I loved it. But
Shredder's
sorry,
Revenge.
Ronin.
Well, they're coming out with a Dimension X expansion for that too. That's going to
Yep,
add like
with the Rabbit Samurai.
Yeah,
Yeah, they added
Usagi
Usagi
Yojimbo.
Yojimbo.
Yeah, we'll be
I'm
all
happy
over that.
Yeah. The thing is with the Last Ronin TMNT
I
game,
love
like
me some TMNT.
I think it's a bit of a shame because you should have all the turtles playable in a game, but when you do the Last
Well,
Ronin, you kind of like cheat
You
that out
can't.
because there's only one turtle in here and you play as essentially a
Well,
ninja, so it's
if
just
it's
kind
a
of
if
taking the
it's a
easy
prequel.
route.
Maybe you get to
I
pick
guess-
which one is the last Ronin.
Well, if you read the comic, you don't get.
Well, yeah,
No.
kind
Oh,
of.
well,
People wouldn't be
okay,
happy
never
with
mind.
that.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, I'd just like to play as all four, It was just, and you
Really?
switch them like in GTA maybe or something like that, Or do the, the Guardians game, the recent one. You can,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
maybe do something
I
like that.
remember
don't
the original arcade Turtles game, the 4-player one.
Oh,
I put a
so
lot of
good.
money in
I
that.
have
as a
one in
kid.
my
It was
basement.
So good.
Do you really? You have the original cabinet?
No, I have the arcade one up, so I've got Turtles in
Okay.
Time and
Still cool.
yeah,
Mhm.
got Turtles in Time in the first game, and then you
It
can
was-
hack it to add the Simpsons, and it's got online.
Yes, what I was going to say. I think that and The Simpsons were the first 4-player arcade cabinets I can remember seeing.
There's an X-Men one too, and it was
Yeah.
never for any system. It's only an arcade cabinet, and that's one of the like revered old
Yeah.
4-player arcade games.
Well,
You could be
actually,
before the X-Men.
you can get 6 on X-Men.
Damn, see that's even
Yeah.
crazier.
Yeah, they had a dual, like Konami made like a dual monitor widescreen cabinet that had 6, and I've only seen it
Wow.
at MagFest, and I saw
Wow.
it at like one bowling alley when I was a kid. I was a youth pro bowler, and we went up to Connecticut for a tournament, and they had a 6-player X-Men, and I was like,
Damn. That's so bad.
I was like so distracted by that. I was like trying to like go through my bowling so I could be like, I gotta go to the arcade.
Yeah, that's what I was
Mhm.
when we used to go ice skating or bowling as a kid. I was more bothered about the cabinets back then because this is pre-consoles. Like and we had the NES and stuff, but it weren't quite.
Well, the arcade was where I went to
Arcade.
see Next Gen.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're reaching the end of the show, and I want to make sure everybody has a proper outro. What we're going to do is start off with True Pop Culture and then go all the way up from there. So True Pop Culture, do you want to let the people know where to find you?
No.
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Okay, that was your hand.
All right. I hate going first. It feels uncomfortable, man. Like, I'm True Pop Culture 7. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel, True Pop Culture 7. I do like animated stream highlights essentially, and funny edited clips of streams essentially. And I do my own podcast show every Sunday, 8 p.m. British summertime. Tomorrow is the Uninspired Reviewer, and I'll be doing a base review, so stay tuned for that. I think that's the big thing I have to show for. So good show, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was a great time, man. Devil Made Me Do It. You got any shows coming up?
Subscribe to me on Twitter. Subscribe to Beelzehub. Tomorrow we got Get Ranked. We're doing 70s rock band and got CJP, got Paul Hadouken, and that 70s rock fan. And look out for the new show. I'm been put a little behind on that because of just being busy and stuff coming up. But yeah.
Awesome, man. Kenzo, you got any work coming up?
Well, I've got a few things I'm working on, but if you haven't subscribe to my channel, it's Art by Kenzo over on YouTube, and you'll find some like hand-drawn animated content over there. I've got a few other things I'm working on that I should have finished in the next couple of weeks, and I'll post them on there and on my Twitter, which is also Art by Kenzo. And I've had a really good time tonight, lads.
Hell yeah.
It's good to have Pop back, and it's been a pleasure meeting you in person, Darth Caul.
You as well. Thank you.
CJP, you got any projects coming up?
Well, I've got the Forgotten One cast. My next episode is going to be on Friday instead of Thursday, just because of scheduling conflicts. But I'm going to have 32 flavors of Nick Weiser, and we're going to be talking classic metal. So you can follow me at YouTube at Forgotten One Music. I've also got a Rumble channel that I'm trying to build up a little bit and trying to do simultaneous streams because I want to do actual reviews of music, but you can't do it on YouTube, so I'm going to have to do it on Rumble because YouTube's dumb. And then you can always find me on E-Temple Cooing is the place to be reviews. He does 3 shows a week. We're not doing one tonight, but you can usually find me on his channel on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And of course, I'm looking forward to being on Get Ranked tomorrow with Devil, talking about that 70s music. So yeah,
nice. I love your music stuff, and when you create, I love seeing it, man. And I'm sorry YouTube is being a little bitch.
That's why I put music on my channel, because then I know it's not going to get hit.
This is the way.
So we have one last meme for the night. Thank you, Dolomite. Is it not?
No. You had it. I had it up, and then you hit it. Now it's not coming up.
You did it at the same time.
Wayne's World, extreme close up.
All right, here we go. Let's try it again.
All right, 3, 2, 1. End.
If I'm not,
We're having
being
technical
retarded.
difficulties in today's stream. Apologies, chat.
all right, go ahead, Extra.
Let me
No,
try it
No
from my
memes,
end.
but we can't show memes.
There you go.
Worth it.
There you go.
Worth it. That was worth the wait. That was worth the wait.
Appreciate you, doll, but yeah.
Hey, she died 30 years ago.
Let me put on my glasses.
Why is that monkey got no clothes
We
on?
used to use CapCut back in them days.
I had to use Microsoft.
So extra zero, you got any projects or anything coming up you want to promote?
Yeah, so of course I've got Get Ranked tomorrow with CJP and Devil, and that's going to be a fun show. So don't miss that. That's at 7:00 Eastern. You guys 4 p.m. Pacific.
No, we're going to 5. Remember?
Oh, that's great. I apologize. So 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Man, I'm bad with time today. Then of course, I'm on my podcast, the Figure Action Podcast, where we talk toys, collectibles, industry stuff,
Sweet.
news, and goings on. So check that out. Figure Action Podcast on YouTube. That's Thursday at 9:00 Eastern time. Then of course I'll be here, and I'm also helping get prepped for the anniversary show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hoping to get some awesome folks on for that. So any of our former guests, I'll be reaching out to you. So be ready. We've got some games planned for that. It's going to be an awesome show. So you're not going to want to miss that one. And then other than that, just be memeing the hell out of side scrollers like I do on a daily basis, shooting out full Aussie memes. So follow me on Twitter, extra008, for some high quality meme content.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Darth Caul, what do you got going on this week? Because I know you're on a bunch of shows.
Yeah, well, I'm always on Bay Staff Mondays with the whole Bay Staff crew. You guys, I'm sure, are aware of that one. That's on Mondays at 3:30. That's Los Angeles time. You can follow me on Twitter, and I tweet when I go live. It's Darth Caul, Caul. I stream on Twitch. I'm starting to stream on Kick. I would really appreciate a follow on Kick because I'm just starting to dip my toe into that arena and see what can go down there. If you want to watch nerdy interviews as Maul talking to Star Wars cosplayers, check out my YouTube. If you want to see Jack Sparrow talking to people about the industry and Johnny Depp, you can check out my YouTube. And for upcoming stuff, well, you can follow me on any platform like Instagram. Just find one. You'll find me with Darth Caul. But stream I'm working on right now, outside of editing more of the interviews, is I'm looking to do a Jedi Survivor Darth Maul as Darth Maul stream because I mod it. You can mod the game on PC, and I mod it Cal to be Darth Maul, so it should be pretty sweet.
Awesome. I'll send you that. Do you want me to send it to you in DM downloadable form or just send it on Twitter?
I could both or just Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is,
No worries.
by the way, awesome.
And then I'll
Pleasure,
send you a
guys,
rip site.
meeting all of you and talking with you guys and shooting the breeze and chewing the fat. And thank you guys so much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for being on.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah.
I am Superman. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers. I want to give a special shout out and thank you to both Jonathan Davis and Wookie Be Bad for the gifted memberships. You guys rock. Even though you didn't have to do that, that is incredibly generous of you. So thank you very, very much. As for streaming from me, I might have to dial it back a little bit because I have some projects in the back end that I'm working on, but you can catch my editing on side scrollers because I've been doing some editing for them, and we'll see where it goes from Monday. Be sure to turn the notification bell on because the 50th stream is going to be the longest stream I've ever done. So expect me not to be able to read anything by the end of it. Thank you all for watching for this whole year. We've really exploded in subs and popularity. So without any of you guys, we would not be here today. So just know I'm incredibly grateful. Insert gay community meme here. So I appreciate you guys and thank you for watching. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.